one layoff, one bad manager decision day away from financial turmoil because you have not prepared yourself with skills to get another job, or always having some type of outreach to make sure that if they just decide, the Bobs came in and what's best for the company is you no longer work there. The consultants come and say, the Bobs, I think this person shouldn't work here, and that would be best for you. You as the employee. You're gonna get this great severance pack, whatever. Yeah, but what about having income? We need income. And you need to start building your foundation for something like that to happen. It's honestly not very much an if, but a when. At some point with today's, job markets and the way the corporate culture is, we are not heading in direction of, everyone is able to stay in their job as a career for 40 years anymore. It's just not a thing, especially if you want to get paid more. If you want to get paid more and have security, you probably won't be staying in the same place for the next 20, 30, 40 years, possibly even 5 years. Like, even shorter term, 5 years, you may not have your job in those next 5 years. And especially with this AI revolution going on, we are entering the next step of, I guess, the next industrial revolution. We had that with the factories, and now we're having that with AI. And you can either allow yourself to fall behind and be a victim of those layoffs, or you can start using it to build a side income that becomes your main income, or a side income that can support you through any turmoil that comes up. You can naysay the AI and be against it and be broke or, underpositioned, or you can utilize it and prepare yourself for bad times for you, if you have a family, or if you just want to start making more money. The path is not to just be waiting around and letting life happen. You need to start doing something right away so that when that time comes, you're already ready, not finally started. You need to be proactive with trying to get your income up, your skills. Use these tools, ask them creative questions. How do I make an extra $500 to $1,000 this month with minimal extra effort? Put it in a creative way. Don't just say, how do I make an extra $1,000 this month? Because you can just go work a second job. But that is not the actual question you want to be asking. You need to do a little bit of creative writing, if you will, with these questions you're asking yourself and these tools. They may give you a much better idea when you put that little bit extra effort into how you ask your question versus just asking a simple question and you'll get a simple response. If you put that little bit of extra spice on that question, it will throw back something a little bit better, because then it's like you're clarifying, and the more details, the better the result. Just like with anything, the more you prepare, the more you'll get out of whatever it is. So you need to start figuring out how to make extra money, how to prepare yourself for this future of these AI, you know, whatever is going to happen. Don't let yourself be caught off guard because you didn't feel like learning about AI, or you didn't feel like preparing yourself for whatever is coming, you know, in the future. These jobs don't care about you. You're a number on this spreadsheet. It doesn't matter what you feel or think. How you think they feel is probably not how they actually feel about you. You can have a great relationship with your manager, and at the end of the day, if corporate says that you need to be laid off, you're laid off, and there is nothing your manager will be able to do about it, even if you guys are tight. You need to prepare yourself for the inevitable corporate cuts. It's happened to millions and millions and millions of people, and it will continue to happen and keep happening. It happened to me, not in terms of just a layoff, like, you know, a mass corporate layoff. It was a smaller company, but I still got let go because of their financial constraints, and it happened when I had given them an advance notice about I would need to be out of town for, you know, a funeral, and I come back, drive all the way out, I drive half an hour to the shop, I get there, and then what do I get after making sure that I took the first flight home to get there on time to show up for work on Monday? I took the more expensive flight on a Sunday, and I show up, and what happens? Oh, hey, it's not really working out. You know, it's, you know, financially not making sense for us to have your position. You can go home. So now, and like, they're obviously well aware before I showed up that day that I was being let go. So why didn't you just call me and tell me not to come back in? I would have taken a day or two later flight for half the price and be able to spend more time where I was in that time of need. I wouldn't have cared about coming back so soon because the job wasn't even waiting for me there anyway. Thankfully, I was building my business, and it was at the point where when I got let go there, I just doubled down, and I haven't had, you know, a job since. It was a little push, you know, sometimes you look back and like it was a good thing, but that's because I set myself up for that. And it still feels crappy in the moment, you know. No one wants to just get let go from their job when, you know, you do kind of need it for bills. My job was still, or my business was still, you know, just enough to make the bills every month and, you know, have a little extra. But it was definitely no, you know, $10,000 a month business at that point. So start getting yourself ready for the inevitable layoff and the future of jobs and income. And especially if you want freedom, you need to learn how to make money online on your computer. So start right now. Let me know what you're doing to get yourself ready for the future, what tools you're using, and what you're implementing to get yourself ready for this next generation of opportunity that is coming up on us really fast. Take care.